Arjun, I wanted to ask you a contrarian question today. What should an investor in his investment journey do so that he loses money?
Loses money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if he doesn't lose money, he at least doesn't make serious wealth in his investment journey. What should one has to do in that case?
So if I were to rephrase your question, what you're asking is what an investor today must do to ensure that he loses his money and doesn't make real wealth in the long term.
Yeah.
So it's a contrarian question, right? Which is, as per Charlie Munger, saying invert the problem. Right? So I will give 3 reasons, 3 things to do. Make sure that you lose the money, right? The number 1 way to losing money is trying to time the market. So what is timing the market? Timing the market in very simple terms is you are trying to find out whether this is the right time to buy an asset, whether it be mutual fund, stock, anything, or you want to sell the asset. That's the number 1 way you can ensure that you lose wealth in the long term, or at least not make real wealth. Number 2 is a concept called compounding, which everybody talks about. But if you could go back to your grade 9th math, or even for people who are not interested in math, it is a very simple formula. The formula is the final amount that you make is a function of the rate of return and time, right? What do all investors focus on and should be focusing on to lose money or not make a lot of wealth is focus on the rate of return and ignore the time concept forever, right? So what is the formula? The formula is A is equal to P 1 plus R raised to T. R is the rate of return on your investments, right? T is the exponential component, right? So focus on the rate of return, right? That would be concept number 2 of how to lose your money. And the third one is the easiest way if you want to lose money, frankly. Easiest way to lose money is start getting into speculative assets like cryptocurrency, which do not have any inherent value in itself, right? It's driven by demand and supply. And what makes these assets speculative is, when do investors get into them? When the price
Is at the highest.
as the highest, right? The last 3-year rate of return is 80%, right? At that time, what happens is, the asset is really expensive and is driven by sentiments. So if you want to lose money, please go and buy cryptocurrency, right? Or please buy an asset which has really appreciated in the last 3 years, guaranteed to lose money, right? So just to summarize, top 3 ways to lose money or not make real wealth. Number 1, try to time the market. Number 2, focus just on the rate of return versus time in the market. And number 3, bet on speculative assets at exactly the wrong time. You'll lose money. So we'll go into details of each of those points in subsequent series to explain with numbers how clients can lose money.